Hey everyone, it's me, Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching. I'm here with, we're learning how to read labels here, and this is part two. This will be reading labels for the supplements, for nutritional supplements, and there's a whole lot to this. In the supplement industry, what it is there are people out there, they prey off of you not understanding how to read the label, so that the clerk who's behind the counter, who usually, if he learned anything, he learned it from reading the magazines himself. So if he does know anything, he probably learned it from reading advertisements, or in some cases he could be saying anything just to get your money, which is sad and unfortunate there, because you should be an expert at your job. A normal person that comes in off the street should not be able to do your job better than you without some training. With that being said, with most of the supplements, whatever it says on the front, I pay absolutely no attention to. I just go straight to the back. Once I know what the product's supposed to do, I go straight to the back and then I start reading. So one of the easiest examples to illustrate this with would be protein drinks. So with your protein drink, what you want is whatever protein that you're looking for, that should always come up first on the panel there. So when you look at the back panel, not where it says protein, carbs, and fats, but below where it says ingredients, you're looking at that one. And like for example, I like to use hydrolyzed whey protein because it is fast. It's broken down into enzymes, or usually comes with enzymes, and or peptides. So the peptides are like, think of it as like each one of the little amino acids, or each that make up the protein, are trains, and are old school trains, and each car has a little thing that fastens all the carts of the train together. So when the engine pulls, all those little cars follow with it. Well, think of the peptide as the little connectors to each car. So with those connectors intact, you can assimilate and get the protein where it needs to go much faster. So whey protein is naturally fast by itself, but with the hydrolyzed version is faster. But let me run through the differences between the three. There's three types of whey protein. There is concentrate, which concentrate will usually have more. It will have more lactose. So if you got issues with lactose, concentrate isn't for you. It will have more carbs, even though it's going to be a small amount of carbs, and it's going to have more fat. Concentrate is the cheapest, but it breaks down the slowest of the three. Now, a lot of the products out there is going to have concentrate because people think more about making money than they really do about your health in most cases. And like I said, they play on your ignorance. All right. Second is isolate. So with isolate, they're taking a lot of that stuff out of there, a lot of the things that aren't protein. So it's going to be more protein. They'll say like 80 to 90% protein, and so that's going to break down or assimilate even faster. And if you have any lactose intolerances, more of that is going to be removed by isolate, or when you use isolate or isolation. So that's the deal. And I like hydrolyzed. Hydrolyzed breaks down the fastest because it has those peptides, those connectors. That's where it is with hydrolyzed whey. And because when you're talking about nutrition for working out, timing is very important. All right, so you want things to break down faster and empty the stomach faster, so your body can get those nutrients when they need them. And that's where where the differences are important. I'm a hydrolyzed person, or actually what it really is I'm a blend. The studies will show when you have a blend of proteins, the whey protein is fast, So it will boost your recovery, but that window for recovery and building will last longer if you use a slower breaking down protein like a casein. I like to use the micellar caseins because with the micellar caseins there are things in there that boost your immunity. So I usually will blend the two, and if you want, I can show you the formula that I use, because I go to TrueNutrition.com and I have them make my own there for a little cheaper than I can get in the stores, and I don't have to worry about the sweeteners. All right, so if you want, you can email me on that. All right. So with this, we're going to have two products. Okay, product one is it's the concentrate version of the of whey protein. Okay, now on the front of this will tell you this is a high quality, top notch protein. When I look at quality, there's two different ways to say it. Now, one is I'm going to give that to everybody because I don't have the ability to go test their products there. So with one, is what they're saying is in there. So I'm going to give them that. If they say their product is great, because they gotta have two. They have to have two people sign off for the janitor to get the brooms out the closet so they can mop the floor or whatever, and it's ultra clean. That's everybody. That's a pharmaceutical facility that they use to make these products at, and everybody should have that. So I'm going to assume they have it, unless I can Google them and see that they've been busted for that before. Okay. With that being said, product one, they will tell you this is a really great product, and you're going to look at the label here at the arrows pointing up at product one, and a lot of the times, back in the day, it was more back in the day where you had companies like Met-Rx and EAS, and they gave their product a very exotic sounding name, a very space age sounding name, so it seemed like they had that, and they would put a patent on that name. Okay. These products, nutritional supplements, are naturally occurring. So even though you could put a product on the name of your deal, like Met-Rx, I think it was metamycin or something like that. So I could put a name on that, all right. But if I had, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 to spare, and I wanted to copy Met-Rx because I thought it was so great, one of the things I can do is I can take that to someone and have them analyze what it is, and I can legally make the protein, the exact same protein, in the exact same ratios of all the different types of amino acids and all that. I can copy that exactly without legally getting in any trouble, as long as I don't call it what they call it. So they put a patent on the name, but not on, they can't put it on the actual formalization, just the name of the formula. Okay, so this one, you're seeing a protein matrix comprised of whey protein concentrate, whey protein isolate, calcium caseinate, micellar casein. This goes on and on. So what you're seeing is the first is concentrate. So money. You always think money with concentrate, okay? Because concentrate is the lower quality of the whey proteins. Then it's isolate, which is a bit higher quality, not as high as the hydrolyzed whey, but that's okay. And then it has calcium caseinate, not a bad protein. It's good milk protein. And micellar casein, which is, I like the micellar casein because, like I said, the more things that help your immunity, that help your well-being, help your recovery, that's what micellar casein is about. All right. So you're seeing that that it's mostly concentrate. So, like I said, it's a lower quality of the proteins. Now, if you go to product 2, first thing that pops up, ingredients, hydrolyzed whey protein isolate. So this protein has a faster breakdown, okay, and yeah, it has a faster breakdown. It's a higher quality protein, and it would have less of the lactose and carb sugar, which the carbs and sugar are really going to be negligible, because we're talking maybe the difference between like 9 grams and 3 grams or something like that. But it is there. But like I said, it's more with the things that you're worried about. Like people worry about lactose because they have issues with digestion. Now, what I'm getting at is if these two products are the same price, okay, remember product one is mostly cheaper protein. Okay, so I would go with product two over product one for that reason. If all things are the same, and a lot of the times all things are the same, the people may try to bait and switch you. Like they'll say, "Hey, come in for product two," but then try to switch you to product one because they make more money off of that, off of product one, which is understandable because it's a cheaper product. You know, but that's what I wanted to have you keep in mind, and this is the type of decision I want you guys to be able to make when you're going to get your proteins and stuff. I usually make my own blend, like I said earlier, and if you want that, definitely feel free to email me. But remember, whatever comes first on the label is what that product is mostly. Don't pay attention to the front. You don't even have to pay so much attention to the protein and the carbs, because in that back panel where it gives you nutrition info, or because if it is mostly carbs, the source of the carb is going to come before the source of the protein. So, like for example, back in the day in the meal replacements, they used maltodextrin a lot. So let's say I'm looking at product one, and product one had 29 grams of carb but 25 grams of protein. So I would expect maltodextrin to appear before any source of protein, or whatever the carb source is, to come before protein, because it's mostly carbs. But then if you're just buying just protein, boom, I go straight to the protein, look for the first protein source. What is it? Bam, and there it is. And that's kind of more what I'm trying to hope that you guys can understand when you're looking at your protein supplements. The point is not for me to try to tell you which one to get, because there could be budgeting issues, or it could just be you just don't feel a difference. But what I don't want is, I don't want you to pay premium prices for protein that's not much better than the $14 protein that you can get at Walmart. Okay, that's kind of more my aim. I'm not trying to steer you in one direction. I'm more trying to give you information so you can make a responsible decision there, and get the most quality for whatever you're willing to spend.